All right, let's talk about fleet operations. Are you just tired of constantly putting out fires? Do you ever wish you had, just a little more control and predictability over your day? Well, in this explainer, we're going to show you how AI is completely changing the game for fleet routing, giving you the power to go from that reactive chaos to proactive, confident control. Does this sound familiar? Yeah, you're not alone. I mean, this is the daily reality for so many fleet managers. It's that sinking feeling you get when the phone rings and you just know it's another problem that's going to throw the entire day's schedule into a tailspin. But what if you could see those problems coming long before they ever hit your business? So, here's our game plan for the next few minutes. We're going to walk through a simple 5-step breakdown. We'll kick things off with the problem, that daily chaos. Then, we'll dive into the AI solution, peek under the hood to see how it works, figure out how to turn predictions into real-world action, and then we'll get to the good stuff, the bottom line return on investment.
So first, let's just paint a picture of the before. In a traditional fleet operation, you're basically living in a world of reactive fire drills. Your dispatcher plans the perfect route in the morning, right? But by 10 a.m., an unexpected traffic jam or a delay at a customer site has already made that plan totally obsolete. The real problem is you only find out about these issues after they've already happened, which means you're always playing catch up.
Okay, so this is where everything changes. AI-powered routing isn't just a slightly better version of the old way, it is a completely new approach. Instead of reacting to problems that already happened, it's all about predicting and preventing the ones that are about to happen. It's about spotting trouble brewing out there on the road and giving you the power to act before it ever messes with your schedule or, worse, your customer. Now look at the timeline here, because this is what it's all about. On the left with traditional routing, you find out about a problem only after it's already costing you money and making a customer unhappy. But on the right with AI, you spot that same trouble brewing 30 to 60 minutes in advance. That window is everything. It's the difference between a panicked, stressful phone call and a calm, controlled adjustment that keeps the whole operation running like clockwork. So you're probably wondering, how does it actually do that? It can feel a bit like a black box, right? But the logic behind it is actually surprisingly straightforward. It's all about analyzing tons of data that your traditional GPS and routing software just completely ignore. So let's pop the hood and take a look. Really, it all boils down to this simple 3-step process that's just running constantly in the background. First, the AI is gathering massive amounts of data in real time. Second, it uses all that data to create a dynamic risk score for every single delivery. Think of it like a credit score for the route. It's always assessing the probability of a delay. And third, when that risk score crosses a certain line, boom, it generates a predictive alert for your dispatcher. And this is the kind of data we're talking about. This is the secret sauce. It's not just looking at real-time traffic. No, it's analyzing weather forecasts, it's understanding a specific driver's habits, and it's even learning from historical data. So for example, it knows that a particular customer location is a nightmare for parking between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. A basic GPS just sees an address. AI sees a potential 20-minute bottleneck waiting to happen. Okay, so having an accurate prediction is fantastic, right? But it's pretty useless if you can't do anything with it. So now that we get how the AI can see the future, let's talk about the most crucial part. How do we translate these alerts into practical, on-the-ground actions that actually prevent delays? This right here, this is the key difference. A vague warning, like truck 47 might be delayed, that just adds stress. But a smart alert, like the one you see here, actually provides a solution. It tells the dispatcher not just the problem, but the cause of the problem, the best alternative route, and the precise impact it'll have on the schedule. It empowers them to make a smart decision in seconds, instead of wasting minutes scrambling to figure out what to do. And the most successful fleets, they take this a step further. They build a playbook, standardized response protocols around these alerts. So within the first 15 minutes, the dispatcher can approve the AI's route change and automatically notify the customer of the new ETA. And in the long run, all this data gets funneled back into the system to analyze delay patterns, making the entire operation smarter and more efficient over time. All right, now for the part I know every business owner and executive has been waiting for. What does all this mean for the bottom line? We've talked about control and efficiency, but let's translate that into the hard numbers, the return on investment.
So where do the savings actually come from? Well, they come from a few key areas. Better routes mean less fuel wasted idling in traffic, a huge deal with today's fuel prices. More predictable schedules mean a serious drop in driver overtime, which is a massive variable cost. But look at that last one. The real game changer is that huge reduction in emergency costs. No more paying for expensive rush jobs to fix a schedule that's completely fallen apart. So what does that all add up to? Well, for a pretty typical 50-vehicle fleet, we are talking about annual savings in the range of $100,000 to $200,000. Let that sink in. This isn't just a minor tweak. It is a major operational improvement with a powerful, real-world financial impact. And the reason that ROI is so strong comes down to one thing: reliability. Just look at this comparison. Traditional routing methods are right maybe 60–70% of the time. You can't confidently build an operation on something that's wrong a third of the time. But when you have AI hitting 85 to 95% accuracy, suddenly you have a foundation of predictability that you can actually trust and build your business on. So naturally, the next question is, okay, this sounds great, but what's it going to cost me? Does this kind of tech require some massive upfront investment? And the answer, maybe surprisingly, is no. This isn't just for mega fleets anymore. Solutions from providers like Responsible Fleet make this technology incredibly accessible, starting at a price point that delivers an almost immediate return on investment for fleets of pretty much any size. So let's end with this question. We've gone through the data, we've looked at the savings, but just take a second and think about your own operation. What would a 30% drop in late arrivals really mean for your customer retention, for your company's reputation, and honestly for the stress level of your entire team? That is the true potential of shifting from reactive chaos to proactive control.